So I panicked and reached into the toilet bowl. I pulled out the log I just laid and lobbed it over the door.
Oh no.
He come to my block, then I'm hocking him down. You not from the case, so don't come around. He talk on my name, then I'm walking him down. We ran into him, now they chalking him down.
Yo, bro, it's really Christmas time, bro. It's really Christmas time, bro. Christmas is in 3 days, bro. And y'all better be, y'all better be prepped, bro. What y'all ask for Christmas, bro? Let me know in the comments. Just let me know. Let me know what y'all ask for. All I ask for is a subscribe, a subscription from y'all, bro. That's all I ask for. Make sure you subscribe or like it. I don't have to. There's other YouTubers on the platform. Make sure you subscribe or like to them. You will make their day. You'll make their Christmas, really. I mean, make sure y'all, like, come on now, get them right. Like, yeah, bro. I'm gonna try to make a vlog on Christmas. Should I do that? Should I do like a Christmas vlog, or should I do like a Christmas horror game or something? Wait, what am I chatting about? We only watching 2 videos today, though. I think it's gonna be 2 videos. I don't know. It might change halfway through. I may add one more on. You never know. Let's just find out along the way. Well, in that case, without further ado, actually, before we cut to the first vid, did I steal this idea from Corey? I sure did. What about it? My ring light's also broken, so don't expect me to be doing this in the dark, bro. That's too bad, too sad, bro. So it's not gonna really hit the scene. But we could try. I'm gonna see if I can get it working. Without further ado, first animation. I was gonna get it to work. Anyway, first animation we got 3 True Five Nights at Freddy's Horror Stories animated. Probably only gonna watch one though. Haven't decided. We're gonna stick with one though. What I'm about to do is go ahead and get into it for me. We had a disclaimer. Yeah, I can pause and read that. Don't really care for it. And now I'll move. It was probably something along the lines of like, oh, hold on, let's read that. The following stories were inspired by or loosely based on the actual events of locals or a person living or dead. Proceed.
To the people that are fans of Five Nights at Freddy's, the fact that their favorite game could be based on a real tragic event is a little more than a myth. One possibility for the origin of the story out of many others. It's just another edgy piece of the lore, something to dismiss as a made-up connection. However, I believe there's far more to it than just that. I only learned the details of the game because my son is super into it. We talk about games together as a way of bonding, otherwise I never would have played it. However, once
speaking of Five Nights at Freddy's Forgotten Memories Part 2 coming soon.
Once I realized that Freddy Fazbear's is obviously a mimic of Chuck E. Cheese, I started listening. And once I got the full story, I was convinced that the whole thing is based on something I experienced. Way back in 1993, I was working at Chuck E. Cheese. It was my crappy part-time job in college where I always got stuck working the late shift.
Yo, my man used to work there, bro. He used to be sitting in that suit and I ain't gonna lie, he used to hit that, bro.
The lifeless lighting, the uncanny animatronics, and the weird families. I was always creeped out. However, the thing that would put me most on edge was a coworker.
Every time I walked up to Chuck, it had to be a black guy in the suit, bro. It had to, bro. He steady hitting that jump. I'm outside.
Who we called Nate. Nate was one of those guys that always seemed angry about something. Every time he looked at me, it was like I'd just kicked his dog or something. And whenever we were around each other, he would harass me. Whether it was splashing dirty dishwater in my face or throwing me under the bus for something he did, he always made my shift 10 times worse. Plus, he got into arguments with the managers every day because he was always late with a BS excuse. Aside from the incident, the most psychotic stunt he ever pulled was already heinous. He had just spent 45 minutes in the bathroom supposedly deep cleaning it. I went in there right after to take a dump while on my break, and he had clearly not done a single thing. What's worse, when I sat down on the toilet, I felt something drip on my head. I looked up and saw an entire turd stuck to the ceiling. I flipped out and reported it to my manager. They logically suspected it was Nate's doing, but he never fessed up to it, and there was no way of proving it.
Nah, me and Nate would have been banging for life. Let me even going in there. Like, been holding this in for a hot minute. Just took the Chucky suit off. I'm ready to, like, get busy, get stupid. And Bo just dookied on the ceiling. Nate's life is ended right.
Just from the look on his face, though, I know he didn't. Probably as some sick joke, or maybe just because he was sick in the head. Even after he got away with throwing his poop, he held a grudge against me for reporting it. The next night, Nate and I worked. We got stuck late after close cleaning up after a busy day. At some point, Nate disappeared, but that wasn't unusual. A few minutes later, while I was sweeping around the stage area, I was walking by one of the big Chuck E. Cheese suits, when all of a sudden, it grabbed me. I punched the head of the suit right.
I forgot this is based off Five Nights at Freddy's. I for sure would have been going straight
Off. And who else was wearing it but Nate? Laughing like he was some sort of comedic genius. Both me and Nate got sent home early.
If you punch Nate while he had the suit on, because I guarantee he can feel it, and he take it off laughing, there's probably a reason why you're not fighting Nate. Nate go by man when he get
For the
home.
commotion. The managers must have had a talk afterwards, because the next day, as soon as Nate showed up for work, the owner fired him on the spot.
Thank goodness,
Of course,
get
Nate
him out.
flipped his lid and screamed his head off at the entire store. He almost started a fist fight, but then somebody
He
yelled
would've
that they were
killed
calling
somebody.
the cops, and Nate finally stopped throwing a tantrum and stormed
Yeah.
out, slamming the door so hard it cracked the glass.
Call the SWAT
After
team.
that, it seemed like I was free from Nate's
This
constant
guy's a
torment.
maniac.
For a glorious few months, that was the case, until he showed up again. I was working at the food bar when I spotted Nate
I ain't gonna lie, bro. If you're working and you see some dude that just used to be a troublemaker and you get intimidated, he's clearly more devious than we know of. Like, there's clearly some
staring at me
info
from
he's
across the
keeping out.
restaurant. He was pretending to play an arcade
He's
game
the
the
handball by
entire
his-
time he was glaring
his
right at me.
drawers.
I tried to ignore it, but he was
Wedgie
stalking the
thing.
restaurant for hours. And every time I looked over at
Hit him
him,
hard,
he was
breathing.
already looking at me. Then, he came up to me in order to shake, and he was just as antagonistic as he always was.
This better be perfect. You hear me? If you're gonna steal my job, you better be good at it.
Nate, you never even worked front of house. You never made shakes.
Shut up! How would you like to get fired over some bull crap?
I had to roll my eyes and sigh, but I was hiding the fact that I was scared. There was something even more
You were scared of Nate? I would have went back here. Stay right here. Blazing hot pizza would have been in my hand. Would've
unhinged
flew
about
straight
it.
at him. He didn't
Eventually, I
even know
went
what
on
hit him.
break, and like usual, my first move was to
Would've
go to the
peeling
bathroom for a
pepperonis
long
off his
dump.
face.
I soon realized I wasn't alone in the bathroom. There was someone in the stall next to me, laughing like a psycho. I recognized that voice. It wasn't just any creep. It was Nate.
No way Nate is in the next door. Alright, I gotta stop. I gotta stop pausing.
Every
bro.
day I spent working with
That's
him
like
came
no
rushing
way
back,
Nate's
and I
in
was
the
suddenly
next door
terrified
pulling,
of
like,
being
the
alone
meanest
with him. I didn't make a
Doofus
sound.
laughing.
I was glad he left the bathroom after a bit, and I breathed a sigh of relief, knowing I could get back to business as usual, except there was nothing usual about that day. A few minutes later, I heard a loud pop from the restaurant, followed by screaming. The hairs on the back of my neck stood up, but I wanted to convince myself it was just balloons popping. But then I heard it again and again and again. Despite this, I continued to delude myself into thinking it was just balloons, and I stayed put. Out of nowhere, somebody burst into the bathroom. I watched their legs as they walked up to my door.
It smells like shit! What the hell did you eat?
They kicked the door with full force.
Oh nah, you might as well give it up. You're a cook. It's either you run out the bathroom, drawers on the floor, or you just continue, bro. Cause if he don't get in, only thing, nah. Cause I'm pretty sure the Chuck E. Cheese store doors, like, they went down, like they was almost touching the floor. But it was like that small crevice.
Despite my pleas, they continued to kick the
We might
stall.
pull out the gun
I knew they would
underneath
break
it,
it
like-
down before long, so I
You know what I mean?
panicked and reached into the toilet bowl. I pulled out the log I just laid and lobbed it over the door.
Oh nah.
Ah! Everything is brown! You stupid idiot!
I must have nailed
he's
him right
gonna
in the
violate
face,
him as
because
soon
it was
as he
enough
goes.
to get him to leave me alone. Afterwards, I finished up and cleaned off my hands, then left the bathroom to go back to work. Unfortunately, once I stepped back into the restaurant, I saw nothing but catastrophe. People were either hiding under tables and chairs or laid out on the floor. I had no idea what was going on, but it had been going on the whole time I was in the bathroom. Nate did all of it, and had just left, but the cops were just showing up. Later, I found out that Nate sought revenge for getting fired and came back to take it out on a few employees.
You shot the place up. You shot the place that paid you $10 an hour up because you got fired. Bro, $10 ain't nothing, bro. Do something else with your life, bro.
He was arrested not long after at his mother's apartment. I was lucky to be in the bathroom.
I told you, he go by me and
otherwise I wouldn't be alive right now. Knowing all this, and from what I've been told about Five Nights at Freddy's, the parallels are just uncanny to me. I believe this is what the story of the game is based on.
No, the story wasn't based on no guy breaking in the building and shooting a block up.
The story was inspired by a tragic incident that most people believe to be the origin of the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise.
Yeah, I keep putting this picture of Chucky on the screen.
It was an incident that happened in 1993 when a man named Nathan Dunlap, a former employee of the Chuck E. Cheese restaurant, was frustrated about being fired 5 months prior. His revengeful attack left a total of 4 deceased and 1 critically injured. The correlation behind the incident in Five Nights at Freddy's is that there had been many underlying resemblances. Like for instance, the Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria's resemblance to Chuck E. Cheese, and how the setting of the game encompasses the year of the crime, 1993. There are many more similarities to the victims and the characters in the game itself online, but here was just a handful that summarized the deadly events.
It was unnecessary at all. The link to that video, links to the video will be in the description, bro. At the end of it, yep, I was in the end of it, bro. On to the second animation. Alright, next animation we got Two Dark Web Horror Story animated. I don't even want to chat. Let's just proceed on to the video, bro. What was this one made by? Horror Shorts Party. That was the same person that made the last one too. So. Oh, also I didn't give props where props are due. Shout out to Dre for sending these in. He said these in a while ago, but it's like, you know, stacks on stacks on stacks, bro. Plenty of videos to go around. Shout out to bro for helping with you. Join my Discord. You have to send in some videos too, bro. I really appreciate it myself. What is this, The Matrix?
This story happened to me on a Thursday night, when I was home alone in my apartment complex. I live with my roommate Josh, who was usually out with his girlfriend, so that gave me the luxury of having the place to myself. I was video chatting with 3 classmates of mine on Facebook Messenger. Their names were Eric, Craig, and Cindy. This was my first interaction with them as our professor selected us to be in a group project together. Throughout the night, we brainstormed ideas while getting more acquainted with one another. This is when the story gets a bit weird. Eric spontaneously asked the group chat, "Hey guys, want to see something cool?"
What is it?
"Getting an A+ in this project would be cool." "Sure man, what's up?" Eric sends the group chat a photo. I click the chat icon and see the disturbing image of a woman with her arms and legs missing.
Immediately blocked. I would love to call. Like, what is his problem, bro? Cause it's like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I was for sure one of those. I had that one friend that just loved watching stuff like that, bro. It was like, no, bro. I don't even talk to him to this day. Don't even talk to him. And I was like, I remember the day like it was yesterday, bro. We was sitting in the gym. He like, bro, you gotta come look at this website, bro. This website fire. So what he got on there? You pull up a video. You were like, oh, that's a woman, so such and such. And he's playing it because it was crazy. I'm like, bro, I'm not watching that. You can watch that by yourself, bro. Rock out, bro. I'm like, nah, bro, it's not that bad. Just look. No sir.
What the hell?
Sir, you gotta cut that
Ew! Why are you sending us this?
Who said
Dude,
that?
where the hell did you get that photo? I'll tell you, but you guys really need to keep this a secret.
Supposed to be the goofball with glasses on.
Promise me you won't tell anyone.
This isn't marketing related, but okay, I guess.
Sure, dude. Please don't tell me you were the sicko who took that pic. I didn't. I actually got the photo from the dark web. Dude, you go on the dark web?
What's the dark web?
Supposedly it's this
what it
hidden
look like
part of
after
the
you leave a
internet where you can
Zilla
buy
concert.
illegal stuff. I personally
Cardi
wasn't that
concert.
educated about the dark web, but I did hear rumors about it growing up. I've always acknowledged the existence of these kinds of things growing up, but I was still unaware as to what potential atrocities lie within the online world. Eric then says, yeah, I just recently started getting into it. I found the photo from one of the forums I came across called Homemade Dolls. Here's the full-size picture. He then sends us the exact same photo, except this time it had a description box next to it with the title, Doll Number 20. Why the hell, of all people, did I have to be in a group project with this weirdo? The details in the description stated inhumane acts that can be performed on the victims before being shipped to their buyers. I felt pretty disgusted reading the dialogue, but I was still somewhat skeptical about the whole thing. It was hard to deny its legitimacy, though. The authenticity of the image looked too real to be a hoax.
To be honest, this looks photoshopped.
I don't know, it looks pretty real to me. Dude, that's disgusting. Why do you even go on sites like that? Well, I only go on it occasionally. Midway through Eric's sentence, a random user joins the video chat. Who's that? I don't know. I swear to God, we better not be getting hacked.
Eric, is this one of your stupid friends from the dark web? I'm gonna call the cops if it is.
That's when I decide to move my mouse cursor to exit the video chat. Why the hell isn't this working? Come on, work, goddammit. My cursor was resisting to move no matter how many times I clicked or moved my mouse. That's when the random user's video turned on. It was a guy wearing a pig mask. The mask didn't look like some dollar store knockoff. It looked like the skinned face of an actual pig. He wore it like he was Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Hey, is anybody seeing what I'm seeing? Eric, dude, I really hope this isn't a stupid prank. It's not, dude. I don't even know who that is. Why is there a guy wearing a pig mask on my screen?
Must be Snoop Dogg.
Guys, what's going on?
I don't know why, but something about that moment, I just knew. I was looking into the eyes of what true evil looks like. That's when my classmate's video chat completely froze. The only screen functioning was the pigman's. It seemed like our computers were being hijacked. I couldn't quite comprehend what was going on until I heard the pigman say, "Can you see me? Say yes if you can hear me." Say it! I reply with, "Yes, what do you want from me?"
On my soul, you wouldn't have made me say nothing.
You know
over
that
a call.
feeling you get when you're with someone for so long, every single day just drags and
Just
becomes
wait till
a
you see me
routine.
already. We would have been.
We just want something new and fresh, you know? Something vibrant that will
If
make
his eyes get
me
red,
feel alive again.
You got two pairs of
I
eyelids.
just need a new doll. What do you say? Does it sound like a brilliant plan to you?
I was completely appalled by what was transpiring. That's when I hear a muffled female's voice in the background.
Bosun Nicole, the supervillain.
The pigman then swivels the camera towards the direction of the muffled voice, only to reveal a woman with no arms and legs. She had duct tape on her mouth and a chain bound around her neck. The woman was flailing her severed arms wildly in a desperate attempt to escape. A couple seconds later, the pigman approaches her while holding an axe, the kind of axe lumberjacks use to chop down trees. I began to hyperventilate as I knew the inevitable fate this woman was about to endure. He then raises the axe up in the air. I begin screaming from the top of my lungs, "Leave her alone or I'm calling the cops!" As I took my last glance at the woman, I realized that it was the same woman in the photo that Eric sent. That's when the pigman smashes the axe against the woman's skull repeatedly. I practically leap up from my chair and begin to vomit.
Nah, that's bad. I wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
The whole F4,
This
turn that whole computer
sadistic
off,
display was unbearable.
everything.
What the hell is going on?
Put it on night.
Someone tell me I'm dreaming. There's no way this is real. I look back on the screen, only to see nothing. Like the whole thing was just a bad dream, or a figment of my imagination.
It wasn't a cool.
What the hell just happened? I know I'm not going crazy. I immediately messaged my classmates in the group chat saying, please tell me you guys saw all of that. Did any of you see the pig man? We need to report him. Yeah, I briefly saw him, but then my video chat ended.
Same here. That was weird as hell.
Must have been a hacker. Thank God my screen went back to normal. Did you see anything, Terrence? I respond as nonchalantly as I can, saying, yeah, basically what you guys saw. I think it's best that we just...
I would have been recording the minute he flipped the camera. Would have caught everything on film, sent it to the group chat, like, bro, yada, yada, yada. Like, bro, I would have been...
Put this behind us and move on from here, you know? I didn't know if that was the right decision. I didn't want to further escalate the situation. Acknowledging the pigman's existence was one thing, but going into further detail about afterwards just felt unnecessary. This is the part where I wish the story ends. It's been a year since the incident. I ended up dropping out and taking the semester off due to the mental trauma I endured. I now work at a local retail store.
You dropped out of school because of the trauma, the trauma of the event, or like something else? And you did all that just to work at what? Hold on. Let's take a minute to look at these cereals. Fruity Boots, corny. I ain't gonna lie. Fruity Boots. Seems like some Fruity Pebbles. Sounds garbage and not even that. Corny. Already throw that away. Don't know what's behind his head. Horror Shorts, Party Weeds, throw that away. Peach Pellets, that sounds garbage. Frosted Loops. I ain't gonna lie, that sounds kind of, sounds kind of tough. Fiber Grams, throw that away. Ariana's Flakes, or Ariane's. Yo. Trash serial killer. That sounds kind of tough of a name, but the serial stuff. Trash. Terrence Nicholson. I think that's one of the other films. One of the other films. Trash. Want to throw all them cereals away except for one of them.
I was coming home from work one day and I saw an envelope sitting in my mail slot. I open it and discover the most horrifying thing that sends shivers down my spine. It was a picture of my classmate, Cindy. Except she had no legs and no arms. The picture was titled Doll Number 21.
Yo, how much are y'all paying him? Somebody please tell me how much y'all paying this guy. That better been like at least $200 worth of like screams right there. Cause bro, that the most unnecessary length of screams I've ever heard. Y'all could have just threw one scream out there, cut it. I made that man scream 4 times in my eardrums for no reason. And it was paused one, so it was like scream, stop. Scream, stop. You could have just did. I wouldn't even been mad if y'all just did one continuous scream and then you just stopped. But it was like, bro, y'all dragged it way too much, bro. Trash. Hey, like I said, links to the vids will be in the description. Dre's Twitch will be in the description. Part 2 to the vids will drop soon. I'm taking a break from the 26th to the 30th, so not gonna be no vids. Then I'm gonna be making a whole bunch of music, finishing Enotopia, and preparing for the first stream January 1st. There's gonna be a vid 31st. Well, no, yeah, it's gonna be a vid 31st about the stream and etc. For all those. I mean, yeah, we gonna know, bro. Hope y'all like the vids.
They keep asking Tino like, where have you been? Man, I'm tryna bend. I look for my knock as I head to the crib.